Hey, what's up, Gethsemane family? I just want you to know that your camera is not broken. Your screen is not broken. My camera is not broken. What you're seeing, you are seeing on purpose. And right now, all you see is just some hazy, cloudy gray, right? There may be a little bit of movement to it, but it's just typically gray, is what you're seeing right now. And the reason you're only seeing gray right now is because it's right in front of your vision. The only thing you can see is what I'm putting right in front of the camera. Reason being, because it's so close to the camera. If I moved it back, you would be able to see a lot of other things, and the gray, which typically becomes so small, and it would probably be one of the last things your focus would be on. Tell me if I'm right, or tell me if I'm wrong. Put it in the comments if you want to. But this gray, since it's all the way back here, seems so minute, right? It seems so insignificant. It may not even look gray to you. It may be blurry. It may not have, that typical or that actual gray of what you saw when it was close to the camera. It may look hazy. It may look different. But as I start to bring it closer and it gets bigger and you start to see less of the screen and the gray is all you see, it takes up your entire view of what you're looking at. And just like the illustration John used on Sunday, Pastor John used on Sunday, if you didn't see it, go back and watch the live stream. It's on our YouTube and on our Facebook and stuff like that. If you didn't see that illustration. But if you didn't, I just did it for you again. So if this was the only thing that was in your camera and it was the only thing you saw, you wouldn't be able to see anything else, right? And that's how it should be with our vision on God. That's how it should be when we think about godly things, when we have godly thoughts, or when we're thinking at all. Really, God should be at the forefront of our brain, the forefront of our thought life, the forefront of our heart. And whether we're doing ministry or whether we're at work, He should always be on our mind and constantly in our thought life, thinking about who we're going to minister to next, or what we're going to do here, what we're going to do there. He should always have control, or He should always have an impact on our actions. Yeah. And that was one of the things John was saying, is that keep God at the forefront of your mind. Don't lose sight of Him. Don't get too far away from Him, because then He may seem distant, and you may not even be able to see Him in His totality, in His true form. Right? He may look blurry. He may look hazy. It may look like just a blur. It may seem like another distraction to you amongst all the things behind me. Right? It may not even look like He plays a role in the thoughts that you're having throughout your day. Yeah. But the point of this illustration is so that you would keep Him at the forefront of your mind, and so that you would not lose focus on God. And not just because Pastor John used me for that illustration, but it was because I was able to take something from it, and that stuck out to me so well. Another thing Pastor John had said on Sunday morning is that, the title of our sermon series is "Don't Stop Believing." Even if you've been believing for something for a really long time, don't stop believing, right? God may not always bless you instantly, but I promise you, when He blesses you with whatever you are hoping for, whatever you are believing for, He will bless you in perfect timing. The timing will be perfect. You will have not gotten that thing too late or too soon. You will have gotten whatever it is you're believing for at the perfect moment, right? Amen. So that was just another thing that caught my attention while he was speaking. And checking my time here. He was saying that it's so important for us to not stop believing for those things, because once we stop believing for those things, that is just a rabbit trail. That is just an open door to other things that we may. I'm going to fix this. I should have done that already. That we may lose focus on. That can be an open door to losing focus on other things, or stopping believing for other things, or we might find ourselves saying, well, God didn't bless me with this thing right away, right? So He's just not going to bless me at all. in this aspect of the life that of my life that I'm believing for, right? He doesn't want to give me this thing because he didn't give it to me today, right? It came later, yeah. And that's not what it looks like to keep Jesus at the forefront of our thoughts. That is not what it looks like to let Jesus be the only thing. No matter the outcome of your scenario or your situation or the election or whatever relevant thing is going on in this world, if you keep Jesus in the forefront of your thought life, you will not be able to be distracted by any other thing that's going on in your life. COVID-19, nope, I'm not looking at that. All I see is Jesus. The election, all I see is Jesus, right? Sickness, all I see is Jesus, right? I'm not worried about, my hurt ankle. All I see is Jesus. All I know is that I need to pray. All I know is I need to keep believing. All I know is that I need to keep asking God to keep seeking His face, to get into His throne room, to call heaven down, right? All I know is that I need to not stop believing in what God is going to do in my life, or the things that God is going to do in the life of my family members or my friends, whatever it is, right? And as I close things up here, sorry I keep blocking the camera, but as I close things up here, the last thing John said that caught my attention that I have time to share was that whether or not there are clouds in the sky, the stars don't stop shining. Right? So 2020 has been a wild year, and we use this illustration for a lot of things because it applies to a lot of things and it's relevant and you're thinking about it. So it's good to use. But 2020, there's been a lot of things and a lot of distractions and coming out our way, and it's really easy to say, you know what, I'm not feeling it. I'm not feeling this year. I'd rather just crawl under a rock, take a nap at 11:59. December 31st of 2020, and then wake up the next year and forget this one never happened. Yeah, it's really easy to do that. But there's something about a light inside of us. There's something about us that the rest of the world needs to hear, right? I've always said nobody should hear the gospel twice until everybody's heard it once. And not everybody has heard it once. That's where you and I come into play. That's where the church comes into play. The church has a role in 2020, even if it seems like it's out of our hands. This is no surprise to God. God knew this would happen, and He set us right here at this time, at this place, in this season for this reason. Amen. And that is to be a light and to let our light shine and to never let it go dim. So I hope you guys got something out of this. I hope you guys have a great rest of your week. I can't wait to see you next Sunday so we can worship God and get back into the Word together. Love you guys. See ya.